Just wanted to go start from the beginning. Can you describe your journey from stuntman to director?
Yeah, I started really young. I wanted to be a stuntman at the age of like 12 or 13, so I started training. So I was in stunts from the age of like 17, and in New York I started and came out to California and did it for about 20 years, and then I got into stunt coordinating, and then I got into second year directing, so I did that for 10 years, and then eventually directing. So yeah, I've been doing action involved for many, many years.
Can you describe the second unit director, what that entails?
Yeah, I think most people have no idea, to be honest. I think most people think of it as like inserts and stuff. It's so not that anymore. In the last 15 years or 20 years, it's evolved to the point, when I was working on the big features, I have a 100-man crew, and I'd film for 70 days. So it's like we're doing big parts of the film, and I have the actors, all the main actors, most all, are come to the set and do their parts, and so I work, do whole scenes a lot of times. It was very involved. So to me, it was really great training for one, getting experience, but two, getting to work with so many different directors and seeing their styles and tastes, and getting, it's like a crash course in all these different directors, and then I also got left alone to do my own thing. So it's a really, really great working environment, second unit is.
Yeah, and the last film you directed was back in 2008. So what was the lag time between that, and what made you want to choose 24 Hours to Live to be your second feature film?
My first one, the experience was it was okay, but it wasn't something I wanted to really repeat. I really wanted to wait till I got a film that I felt like, people judge you on it. It's like it's a hard thing. So I wanted to make sure that it was the right people making the film, the right companies, producers, actors, everybody involved, so that so it would give me the best opportunity to make a decent film. And I felt like I got that with the group at Thunder Road and Ethan Hawke and all that. And the script, they gave me a lot of freedom to try to mold it into something that I wanted. And I liked the whole being able to do the R-rated, gritty film, which seems a little more popular right now, which is more my taste because you can do it more grounded and real. So just the right people, right timing, right script, everything came together.
And then what was it like working with this cast? Did Ethan train prior, and how was that?
He trained as far as getting himself, he kind of buffed up for it. I think you can tell in the film he's, bigger, stronger than he is in a lot of his different roles. We didn't get a whole lot of time training as far as the stunts. He did some, but it's one of those things on a smaller film like this. You take what you get and you do the best you can with it. So, yeah.
And then it feels now, in the realm of the John Wick doing really well, that audiences want to connect more with their action heroes. So do you feel that's kind of the way, action films are going? Since in the 80s and 90s it was more like macho, like, Schwarzenegger, Stallone, and then it kind of lagged. There wasn't really action heroes for a while there, and now I feel like it's reemerging. What do you think? Is it the change in culture, or what do you think that's been to?
Well, personally, I actually think films have, everything goes in shifts and waves, and I feel like, personally for me, I've for a lot of years felt like it's going, I'm all for computer graphics and using it when you need it, but I feel like it's gone too far that way, and that takes you out of the feeling like the character's really in danger. It's like you get bigger, 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 but it's not, there's no real connection, and so I do think that, I've been saying that for 15 years. I've been thinking that, but so it's a combination of, what people related to with John Wick is Keanu is very physical and did train really crazy, and you know that he's doing that stuff, and and you feel that it's real, and you feel that it's he's in danger, or you feel the danger as compared to the bigger, crazier CG thing. So I think it's a combination of that, grounding it more, and then believing that it comes down to the same thing. It's like, do you believe your character? And that's what I feel is resonating with people right now. And I don't think people realize that they're missing it. You know, when they see these big films and then they see something that connects with them, like, oh wow, that feels exciting. It's like, well, yeah, because you believe it. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, and then, you know, as a stuntman in all your years of experience, what do you think you bring to, you know, an action film? You know, it's a fresh perspective other than maybe a director who doesn't have that experience.
Well, for one, it'd be really, really difficult for anyone that didn't have my background to do this kind of film with my time frame that I had and budget. So that's like, first off, it's like I know what it takes to do things. So I know the preparation that it takes and what I can fit in. But also just, you know, I've been doing it for almost 40 years, and there's just some things that inherently you just gain knowledge of what is exciting and what is unique, or how to, you know, connect with people to make them feel the action. So I don't know if it's as tangible as anything. It's just more like a culmination of experience.
What was the most challenging stunt scene in this film, and that you're most proud of?
You know, that's a tough one. I mean, again, there's so many things that it comes down to. The most challenging was probably the car stuff, but only because the time frame, again, car stuff's extremely, stunts in general are very time consuming, and car stuff in particular is really, really time consuming, because just being out in the streets with all the different vehicles, and it's trying to control the danger and the time. And so it's just, the hardest thing was just trying to make things exciting in a short amount of time. I can't really think of one thing that stands out as particularly challenging.
And then if you can tell audiences why they should go see this film?
I think it's, hopefully it brings a little different view to the genre of the assassin revenge. We tried to not make it as much about a revenge film. It wasn't meant to be your typical revenge film. It's more of an introspective view of the character's journey of his last 24 hours of life, and where he's failed himself and how he wants to redeem himself. So it's a little more, you know, and that's what Ethan Hawke, that's what we were trying to find get someone like Ethan who's perfect for it, that, you know, has a more dramatic feel and view of it, and can bring a grounded more reality to the story. So I don't think hopefully it's not exactly like every other revenge action movie out there.
And then how does it feel bringing the film to Austin Film Festival, and are you excited to watch any other films here?
Yeah, you know, I was hoping to really watch a whole bunch of films here, but we haven't had the opportunity yet. And so, yeah, I didn't know exactly what the setup was going to be, and so hopefully I'll get to see something today. But we're actually leaving tonight, so I haven't gotten to enjoy the film festival as much as I had hoped. It's awesome being here in Austin. It's a great town, and we're having a lot of fun. It's just I got to get my bearings on how to navigate this festival, but it's great.
Well, great. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.